going on out there? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys work on your smile. So whenever, you ain't doing nothing, you ain't got a job, you ain't got shit to do, you bored, work on your smile. You know what I'm saying? Work on that. Get your muscles ready to smile. You know what I mean? Just Achad, man. Coming through with the new live stream, man, on the Wholography YouTube channel. What's going on? So the last couple videos I've been getting heavily into dealing with chaos and dealing with that type of alchemy. We're going to switch it up a little bit and deal with something more taking a social commentary of things. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm gonna need some of y'all to kind of get off of this this conscious, televised revolutions that you've been watching and you've been propping up. You know what I'm saying? And I've been guilty of it too. You're sitting up here propping up these Hollywood productions, these corporate productions, which is obviously propaganda. Let's keep it real. So we're just gonna take a little pivot. You know what I'm saying? We want to get back to the the magic and the spirituality and all that. But a lot of y'all out there are wrapped up in this shit right here that I got on the screen called Blagitprop. Blagitprop, which is a mixture of three words: black, agitation, propaganda. You know what I'm saying? To kind of like, give you you know, outstretching of this condensed word, Blagitprop, black agitation propaganda. So, boom. Yeah, because we already did this, I already did a review on this movie already. But what I didn't get into is the subtle nuance subtext. Remember getting into that in the last video or live stream I just did. Some of you, and like I said, you get caught up in what's on the surface too much. This is a Netflix movie. This is a corporate production. This is a commercialized product. I don't care how revolutionary it looks on the surface or how revolutionary it looks in the scenes of the film. This is Blagitprop. This is black agitation propaganda. Now let's get into what that means. So you have agitprop, which is, this thing that, from what I've read about it so far, it was something that the Soviet Union started doing, and then you seen America and France and England and all these different countries doing these wars that went by in the 20th century. They started doing this shit. So basically, it's political, originally communist propaganda, especially in art or literature. So this means your movies, your films, your TV shows, literature, plays, and so on and so forth. Your comic books for you blurs or black nerds or nerdy niggas out there. It's everywhere now. We have Soviet Union to think about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's agitprop. You know what I'm saying? Political strategy in which the techniques of agitation and propaganda are used to influence and mobilize public opinion. So, although the strategy is common, both in the label and in obsession with it were specific to Marxism practiced by communists in the Soviet Union. Now, this is interesting because it brings us to my next point. This excrement right here, if you would. You know all about it. It's been prevalent since what, maybe like 2012, I believe. Especially 2012 with that whole Trayvon Martin thing. So you got this, and you should just see just by this whole picture right here that, and then the actual school and the, this whole HBCU, big old red flags coming out of the screen. Big red flags. I wish I was a referee at a football game. Flag on the play with this stuff right here. But it's not so important to me. I just see a lot of people caught up in it, and I used to be caught up in it. So it's really me, scrutinizing myself and kind of taking a critique at myself back in these years when I was into this whole black revolutionary conscious stuff, which a lot of you may still be into. Not saying you watching this, says stop taking stuff personal. A lot of people make these videos strictly about them and shit, but no, I'm talking about a broader context of people who look like this. Now, this is Blagitprop at its finest. because you have a group, you have this movement where, how do you know it benefits the whole black nation for this movement to be in play, or for it to be in movement? You know what I'm saying? Did you benefit from Black Lives Matter? Did you get a check? Did you get any benefits or any type of um, you know, land or any type of capital, you know what I'm saying? The means for production. Did you get anything out of this movement other than, the prompting to raise your fist up or put your hands in the air so that the cops won't shoot you? This is all Blagitprop here. And then when you go a little bit more depthly into it, because we just said the word in one of these pages I just had up. So you got this thing about Marxism. You got this Marxist shit going on. Remember they said it was the three black women who came up with this movement, this whole Black Lives Matter shit, and they was accusing this one right here. What's her name? Um, Patrice Cullors. They was accusing her and the other two black women associated with this movement of being Marxist in their foundations. So they were more Marxist than they were, trying to help you and I out. If you know what I'm saying, if you got the same skin color and cultural customs as I do here in, America as a human being, right? Living this human shit. So this Marxism connects right back to this agitprop, because who was the first ones to come up with it? It's right here in this Britannica definition or encyclopedia article. The Marxist practiced by communists in the Soviet Union. So agitprop starts with these Marxists. This is a Marxist. They're all Marxists. So before they're black, they're Marxists. So they're going to support Marxisms, you know what I'm saying? Marxists before they be in, trying to benefit you and I, as if you watching this and you know what I'm saying, you identified as black or more or whatever, any of these ethnic ideologies like Hebrew Israelite or any of these things, right? So I'm making this connection here because the people outed her and her group of Marxist uh sisters as they outed them for being Black Lives Matter, using that movement also to get money from people, because I ain't see a dime off of that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't see a dime. They ain't send me no check, they ain't send me no reparations of no sort. They even got a book on it, BLM, The Making of a New Marxist Revolution. And every time they sit here and talk about this Black Lives Matter thing, is always something LBGTQ connected to it, or feminist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, is this shit black? Is it Marxist? Is it feminist? Is it gay? Like, what is this stuff? Why isn't it just black? Why is it all these different ideologies attached to this stuff? Why can't it just be, if you're of this skin tone and you share a certain cultural bond with people of this same skin tone, how come it ain't about us? Why are we sitting here dealing with Marxism and gays and feminists and stuff like that? Because now it invites other people into the movement that aren't black. You feel me? And she made money. She made billions off of this. And you don't see no improvement of your people that are supposed to be considered black. You don't see any improvements. You don't see any, progressiveness. You know what I'm saying? The gentrification in Washington, D.C. and New York and, Chicago and L.A., the gentrification is still going strong. You know what I'm saying? If you live in any of these cities, this Black Lives Matter, because I know in Washington D.C. they painted that. Hold on, I'll bring it up. Play with me today. We're just doing some social commentary, and thanks to Jay Valentino. He said great show yesterday on the nuance, bro. Thank you. We're gonna get back into that. I just want to do a show social commentary because as far as this whole physical thing is concerned, organizations, coalitions, movements are dominant now, and people are getting caught up in that stuff. So I just want, I ain't going to be too long with this stuff. But what was I going to pull up? Hold on. Hold on. BLM, Washington, D.C. Hold on. I probably got to spell it out. Hold on. You know that big ass painting they did in the street? I forgot what avenue it was. Hold on. Where is that? Yeah, there it go. This shit right here. This shit right here, bro. Is it still there? If you from DC, is this thing still here? This painting? What did that do? What did it do? Here you can see an aerial. I heard there was some LBGTQ activists trying to turn this into rainbow colors, but the people of DC wasn't having it, so it just stayed yellow and stuff like that. But what does this do? Did your life increase in did you benefit from this? You know what I'm saying? Other than something symbolic of, they let y'all put Black Lives Matter on a Washington D.C. street. Did it stop the brutality of the police? Did it do any of these things? What did it do? Did it make your life better? Did it improve the quality of your life? Because it looks like gentrification to me. It doesn't look like gentrification in your city stopped. But I'm getting besides the point. We're getting back to Blagitprop, or excuse me, Agitprop and Blagitprop. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because this and this makes it into that. This is Black Lives Matter all day. Even though I feel this is a very good film as far as like telling a story and really touching on some stuff that really happens in the black community and all that stuff, it's Blagitprop. It's black agitation propaganda. Because most of you are satisfied with a revolution as long as you aren't a part of it. You're just there to live vicariously through the revolutionaries in the film and TV show. So as long as you got what's his name in the movie, Jamie Foxx, what's his name? You got Slick Charles. You got Yo. What was her name? Hold on, forgot their names in it. Yo Yo, I think. Yeah, Fontaine, Yo Yo, and Slick Charles, right? Tiana Paris and John Boyega, excellent actors and actresses. They did a good job with the acting, sure did. But this is what I'm trying to get at. So you have a Hollywood Netflix corporate production about three black motherfuckers starting up a revolution where they're freeing these clones and trying to shut down this evil corporation that has been experimenting and cloning and doing Ludovico Clockwork Orange stuff techniques. You know what I'm saying? MK Ultra paperclip shit on niggas. You know what I'm saying? In an underground bunker, right up under your town. You got to catch on to the nuanced subtleties in the subtext. What are they trying to say? Why would a corporation put out a film about a revolution? Seems counterproductive. Like, why would you do that? See, they're feeding you revolution so that you don't have to revolt. Now, here's a list of films that we're going to mention here. If I don't get to all of them, we're going to mention them. So, they cloned Tyrone, Get Out, Us, which were both directed by Jordan Peele, Django Unchained, both of the Black Panther movies, The Black King, that Beyonce shit on Disney, The Woman King, where Viola Davis is, you know what I'm saying, she looked more masculine than every masculine person in the film. Birth of a Nation with Nate Parker. They have accused him of, doing some sexual stuff with he was acquitted, but they still, you can be accused of it and that label will be on you, even though you didn't do it or you was acquitted of it. Sorry to Bother You, with what's his name, Lakeith Stanfield, Judas and the Black Messiah. There he goes again. Queen and Slim with Daniel Kaluuya, who was also in Judas and the Black Messiah. That Harriet Tubman film where they took some woman from I think she was Ghanaian, Britain, and people got upset because she was playing an American, but Harriet Tubman. The whole Matrix franchise, the two Avatar films with the blue cat people, and Lovecraft Country, which was a show on HBO. So what I just listed to you was a bunch of films where you think that there's a true revolution being, depicted in the film. And I'm not going to argue with you except where what do you do after watching it? Because they came up with this ingenious plan in this Hollywood thing to say, well, if we give you your revolution, it keeps you from having to do one or be a part of one. And it keeps you docile. It's a way to keep you docile. It's almost like playing a video game so that you don't have to go out there and actually shoot people. Like Call of Duty or playing Mortal Kombat or any of these games where you have to attack your opponent or attack people in the video game so that you don't actually go out into the street or in the field, actually go do it. So this is your Blagitprop. So you have these films where, again, there's a revolution that's being televised. A revolution being televised. A revolution. Do you want a revolution? Whoop, whoop. Is on TV. It's in the movie. When Gil Scott Heron, back in the 70s, was like the revolution would not be televised. You know what I'm saying? And you should sit here, you should think about, like, why are you putting this fake revolution in my face? Because you start living vicariously through the characters that are into the revolution. Like, remember when Black Panther came out in 2018? And they had this hashtag movement of Killmonger was right. Yeah, but none of y'all niggas did any Killmonger type shit. Trust me, you didn't do that. All you did was play dress up. Even before you get to dealing with Killmonger, just all of y'all going to the movie theater to dress up in your favorite African uniform from your favorite African culture over there in Africa. You went to the movie theaters dressed up in the dashiki. That was the extent of your revolution. You went to a corporate Jewish-owned theater to watch a Jewish-owned movie in your African clothes. And you think you're being revolutionary and conscious by doing so. So now this trend in Hollywood is, okay, let's put out all these social justice films. We're going to weave it into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to, weave it into the TV shows. We're going to, if you have a streaming service, we're going to create a whole category for Black voices. You know what I'm saying? That's the corporation being revolutionary, having a category of Black films that, the Black voice can come through. That's Blagitprop. Black agitation propaganda is giving you your revolution without you having to actually participate in it. And it's kind of like a catharsis thing because they know you're angry. They know you're upset. They know you have these held in, emotions about what you've done seen in TV and the media and the police and, the gentrification and all this. They know you're angry about that. So to give you a proper release where you don't actually go out there and do anything, here, let's put on They Clone Tyrone. Let's put this movie on so that it'll calm them down. You know what I'm saying? They can live through Slim Charles, Fontaine, and Yo-Yo, who by the end of the film all become revolutionary heroes for exposing this corporation when they was cloning motherfuckers and brainwashing them. Oh, Slick Charles, he figured out that there's chemicals in the fried chicken. Ah, so that means like the deepest part of your mind, for most of you, it's like, well, since he did it, I don't have to do it. All I have to do is watch it, live through it, post about it on my social media page, and then it'll be forgotten in a few months. Hold on, my boy Jay said, "Yes, sir. Speak on everything. The world is fucked up." And like I said, it's nothing where it's not really that important to me outside of seeing people like me not realizing what's going on. So it's a way to help you get to where I'm at by, you know, unlocking yourself or attaching or detaching yourself from these agitprop movies. And you're seeing a lot of these movies where now you're seeing more and more of a black lead. You have a black director, a black writer, and somehow that's supposed to be revolutionary. What's revolutionary about some black person being allowed to come into your corporation to or into some corporation to make movies, write movies, be in some high position? What does that mean? You know, we had a black president in this United States corporation some years ago, right? Did anything revolutionary happen when he was in office? Ask yourself that question, young blood. Old timer, ask yourself that. What's another movie we could start? Like these Jordan Peele movies. Perfect thing about these movies. Because remember Get Out? Stay woke. Don't catch you sleep. Ooh, Kool-Aid. Nigga said chocolate cake and Kool-Aid. That's not a good combination. That's just like this movie, um, they clone Tyrone. You know what I'm saying? The chemicals that's in the chocolate cake and the Kool-Aid. You mix them together, you know what I'm saying? Keep your ass docile and you know, trying to keep you, keep the masses docile through these chemicals that they put in the food and shit. But this is a perfect picture because you think it's revolutionary that they chose this Key and Pill motherfucker to be, this hot new sci-fi horror director who weaves in these revolutionary and conscious themes in his movies and stuff. Good movies, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. We're not sitting here talking about the quality. We're talking about the agitprop or the blagitprop in the movie. So motherfuckers thought it was a moment of revolution because he was able to escape these neoliberal, nasty white people that they kidnap black people and use you know, on some invasion of the body snatcher shit. So you watching this and you could be like, oh, I'm glad the black guy won and got away. And then you just go on about your daily life. There's no revolution to come from that because it's all about keeping you docile. It's telling you, hey, black people, don't do a revolution. Let us put it in these films and TV shows, and we'll handle it for you. You don't have to do it. We'll do it for you. And a lot of y'all sat here and you agreed to it. You still agree to it. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll have, people of other ethnicities will come out and say, well, y'all should stop complaining because they now have movies with more black people, more black directors, more black writers. So you should, be more appreciative and stop complaining. And this movie was even more revolutionary in the sense that, they played with it a little bit where you had these clones, that clone thing. Jordan Peele did it first, where these clones that lived in the sewers and the undergrounds of America, they're rising up to, what I'm saying, kill everybody on the surface and shit. And people think this is progress in a racist institution or racist colonized institution like American United States of America. You know what I'm saying? And you've been duped for thinking that. What's the next movies we could start talking about? I ain't even gonna do the movie. I'm just gonna do this. This is what I was talking about. See, now it's like, okay, we're going to let you come out here. You're going to dress up in your African garbs. You know, you don't have to sit here and wear European clothing or American clothing anymore. You can sit here and wear your African clothes. You can wear your African hats. You can wear your African shirt and stand next to this Jew right here, this Jewish person, this is Stan Lee. Yeah, it's progress. You can look your most African. And this is revolution to a lot of y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is progress to a lot of y'all. I'm trying to see pictures, not necessarily of the actors in the film, talking about like, you know, at the theaters. And I feel sorry for Chadwick Boseman because he had to do this all day. He had to do this all day and night. Wakanda forever. Like you start to hate Wakanda because you got to do this all day for black kids, white kids. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you got to keep doing this all day. I know that stressed them out. I know it stressed the shit out of them. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. You get to go to the theater and dress up with your kids and your mom and your grandmom and your pappy. You get to do this. This is the extent of your revolution. Nothing changes. You just get to put on this shirt and these shoes and this hat and say some African stuff. And that's the extent of your revolution. You didn't change the institution. You didn't fight back against these race. So you did nothing of the sort. You just did this. You did this. Televised revolutionary consciousness, which is no different than what you see in these social media circles. You're seeing this all day. This is what you're seeing all day. With people sitting here posting black posts and trying to be revolutionary in their status updates and their Twitters and shit like that. This is all you're seeing. Because after the Black Panther go off, they going back to wear all the regular shit that they was already that they was already wearing. You even got a white person in that motherfucker wear the dashiki. This is your revolution right here. This is on your social media right now. So really, these type of movies are really just, commercials for you to come live like this on your or do this shit on your social media. And you let a corporation like Disney provide this for you. So a Disney corporation provided you your revolution. Look at this shit right here. They ain't even black. There's probably like 2 black people in this picture. Oh, there's a black guy, a black couple. Disney provided you your revolution. These movies, Netflix, they're providing you a sense of catharsis of these pent up emotions and urges to take over and, create your own government, create your own institutions, right? They're providing that for you so you don't have to do it. It's very insidious. Look at this shit. This is conscious community right here. Y'all ain't about that life. Now here's another thing that you need to understand that I would have you understand if you want to understand it. Whenever your like your villains that they put in these movies, they already mapped your shit out. Meaning they already know how to deal with you if that's what you're on. So for example, you got your Killmonger, right? So any of you niggas still trying to be like Killmonger, it's a futile gesture. It's futile. They already know how you behave and act. They know how to deal with you. They already mapped your pattern out. They know how to deal with you if you should ever try to do this shit that he was doing in the movie. They already know how you move. That's what the ritual in the movie is about. How to take down motherfuckers that act like him or that can be categorized with him. And he's not the only one. It's all these villains now, even the Joker. So if you come across any of these anarchists out here that, whether you're black or white or whatever ethnicity you are, if you out here acting like this type of anarchist, they already know how to stop you. They'll just send a Batman like, or create a Batman like solution to take you out. And he was and he still is a symbol of revolution in this country or in this world. I ain't gonna just say country, in this physical realm. He's damn near the anarchist revolutionary, that's the symbol of it. Because it's this type of villain where he was really like the first villain in these, in this movie, this Hollywood, where people started really siding with him over Batman. So you started to see this movement where the villains were saying things that were right. The villain started to make way more sense than the hero or the supposed good guys in these films. And then you even have, I've seen so many YouTube videos about, saying that the Joker is the true hero of the movie because he destroyed the mob, he got rid of the corrupt policemen, he burned all the money that controls society. Like, he's the hero of this film, according to certain theorists. You know what I'm saying? Even this Thanos, when Thanos dropped. But you have to, some of you probably already know this propaganda where, they use the Infinity War movie to let him win and then use Avengers Endgame to destroy him. That's the propaganda. It's the same shit they did with the Matrix. Same shit they did with the Matrix. They keep doing this same ritual where, Neo becomes the hero in the first movie, and then in the next movies, Smith is now the hero. They switch places on you. That's the agitprop. That's the propaganda. Because this nigga was going to be the one to actually destroy the Matrix, but they used Neo to, destroy Smith, and now the Matrix it survives. It still goes. Do you see the propaganda? Even when this movie came out, a lot of people were sitting here wanting to be Django. This is Blagitprop. Had white people actually scared of what they saw in this movie. Because Django was shooting all these white dudes. Notice what type of white people though, or what type of Anglo-Saxon people. It was mostly these Protestant wasps. These Southerners. Because you can look at a movie like this and be like, oh, okay, Django, he, is uplifted out of slavery. He gets some training from, the Schultz guy in the movie, and he, you know what I'm saying? He rises up. So as a black man or just a black person in general, it's like, you cheer him on and you live through his victory. But in the real world, you don't have a victory. You're not out here doing all that what he was doing in the movie. So you're living through him. You're living vicariously through these revolutionaries that they give you in these corporate movies. That's Blagitprop. Now, some could even argue that they was also using this movie to kind of start up a race war. You know what I'm saying? Because you got dumb people of all ethnicities that feed into this propaganda, and then you do have a few of them that will try to go out here and because they seen this movie, now they have emotions that were riled up for other ethnicities. So if you're a waspy white man going into this and you seen Django kill all these people that look like you, of course now you're going to start looking at people that look like Django as an enemy or a threat. But you had this movie, you had your Black Panther, and then you had stuff like this come out through Disney, right? What was that Beyonce shit? This right here, Black is King, not the Black King. You had this come out. This was really just an extension of the Black Panther shit. So this is Disney still giving you revolution. Like, yes, y'all can go ahead and dress up as Oshun and your favorite African deities. Go ahead and dress up. Play dress up. It invites you to go play dress up. It's not a real revolution. It's not a real, a revolt. You're not freeing anybody by doing this. You're just giving blacks the chance and the opportunity and the green light to dress up like this. That's the extent of your revolution, that you just want to dress up African and say African words like Ashe. That's the extent of this revolution that they're giving you through corporations. Corporate sponsored revolution. And your boy in here. So for y'all that like him as your favorite rapper, he was a part of this. You seen him with the dreads. He grew his hair out. That's the extent of the revolution. That now you get to wear your hair out. You get to wear locks now. Instead of, to cut that shit off. No, you get to dress like this now. How does that improve the policies of which they use to enslave you or to oppress you or to colonize your land, though? Because that's still going. She's sexy, though. I don't want to agitate, the Bayhive. She's sexy, though. And then it continues with movies like this. And I'm careful when I watch movies with Viola Davis in it, because I don't want to see the snot. Because I'm thinking the snot gonna come out, and I don't want that a part of my cinematic experience. Like, I don't want to see snot noses in no film. You know what I'm saying? And somehow that equates to good acting. I think she got a awards for being in that movie Fences with Denzel Washington. And it comes full circle because Denzel Washington, he basically got his Oscar back in the 80s, late 80s, when he was in that movie Glory, when he was getting whipped and that tear came down. He got an Oscar for that. So now he's in this movie Fences, not this movie that I have on the screen, but he's in this movie Fences with Viola Davis, and her snot comes out. I think she got a Oscar for that, or a Golden Globe, one of those. So when you let stuff come out of your eyes, face, and mouth, that may equate to an Oscar-worthy performance. But then you have shit like this where they now deliberately give you the wrong history on a certain African tribe just so that they could give you a fake revolution through the film. And this is directly aimed at women, because now it's like, oh, well, women can be kings. Why can't women be kings? We don't want to be queens no more. We want to fill the man spot. That's the propaganda. That's the feminist propaganda through the film. That's exactly why it was made. It wasn't made to, free you or, what I'm saying, change up the institution, which is here to structure and colonize things as it is. No, It's here to push a feminist agenda because a feminist agenda is a racist agenda. So now you got little black girls that want to look like this. They want to be all masculine and duded up in the face. You know what I'm saying? Muscle faces. You know what I mean? Now, am I saying this is inherently wrong? All I'm saying is it is coming from a corporation. It becomes Blagitprop. And they don't sit here and go through the history. A lot of people was complaining about this movie because the day homie was part of the ones responsible for enslaving certain black people over there, and you know the whole narrative of them shipping them over here to the Americas. But for Hollywood's sake, yeah, you could be a strong black woman. This says strong black woman, not feminine black woman, feminist black woman, strong male looking black woman. They can fight. What else is on my list? I got movies on my list because they all connect. They're all here to do the same job. Like Birth of a Nation when this movie came out, Nate Parker. And they use this title of this film to, you know, go make a callback to this movie, which was blatantly racist propaganda. Agitprop. Specifically made to terrorize, you know, ethnicities, dark skin ethnicity. So the Nate Parker and them, or Hollywood in general, sat here and said, well, let's do that, but do it in reverse. Let's make the terrorists these niggas right here. And it had this air around it where, you know, it didn't make it to, I don't think it made it to any like national theaters. It was maybe in select theaters. Again, it's agitprop. It's you taking the Django thing and, you know, trying to root it in history now. Because you got this what's his name? Nat Turner. So if you look at it from a certain viewpoint, you can see that they use these films like this and TV shows to keep you docile, because if they're doing a revolution in the movie, why do I have to go out there and do it? It's being done for me. But at the same time, you got other ethnicities watching this, and then they're actually judging you by what they see in this media. They look at you through these movies. They're not looking at the real you. They're looking at you through these images that they see on TV, movies, and news. That's why I say, you know, you have a lot of people that's, you know, from outside of America that, you know, that sit here and look down on us in America. And I'm like, well, you sit here and get proselytized and conditioned by the same, you believe in the media hype just like people over here. What makes you different? You believe this about me. And not even just this, the shit that you see in rap videos and YouTube videos, like you think that's me. You think that's all of us. You know what I'm saying? Just these images that this corporation, Fox Corporation, Disney, Universal, Paramount, are putting out about me. Oh, when this came out. Now this nigga is he's the usual suspect in these, like he's in a lot of these films I'm talking about. Lakeith Stanfield. He's in a lot of these movies, these Blagitprop movies. I don't know if I'm gonna spoil it for you, but you know, he basically is, you know, this telemarketer who starts making all this money, you know, because he puts on a white voice, code switching. He puts on this this upscale yuppie um Anglo-Saxon voice, and he starts getting all this money, starts becoming 6-digit earner, you know what I'm saying? And he gets so high up the ladder that, this billionaire right here, and who also plays in the movie Birth of a Nation, this guy right here, he wants him to be the leader of his new horse clone revolution. It sounds weird, but that's what the movie is about. So it's a very weird movie. It's a very artistic, avant-garde movie. You know what I'm saying? Very artistic. There you go, a better picture. So the movie is like, it's almost like showing you some, Illuminati type stuff. That's what I got from it. You know what I mean? And then he starts a revolution by the end of the film. So again, it's this pattern of, we're going to give you your revolution so that you don't have to do one. That's what I got from this movie. It had a black director, a black writer. So when you look at it and go, "Oh, okay, he's on our side." How do you know that? Go back to slavery times. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the case. They even said it in Django Unchained. A black slaver that's lower than the house niggas in the house. They use one of yours to oppress you. Who do you think Obama was, nigga? Who do you think that was all about? Think he was on your side as a black person? As a Moorish national, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all is Moorish nationals. Here, this is another movie. Here, this movie here, Black Klansman. It's another movie like that, where they let the black character or the black hero win against his white enemies, giving you revolution so that you don't have to partake in it in your real life. You can live through them. Because he's also in this movie that came out, and then they start bringing out shit from the past too, like Judas and the Black Messiah. Same thing. Same with the Woman King movie with Viola Snotty Nose Viola Davis. You know what I'm saying? So now they're going into your history, like for example, this whole Black Panther thing from the '70s, and they're going in and sitting here giving you false narratives about what happened. So in this movie, he's actually a federal agent. Lakeith. There we go again. He's playing a federal agent or a snitch, so he can report on the activities of this, Black Panthers. Fred Hampton. So he's the Judas, and this is supposed to be the Black Messiah. The Judas and the Black Messiah. Dealing with revolution. What's the most revolutionary group here in America? Most famous revolutionary group is these Black Panthers, for the most part. But notice how this movie comes out during a time where this is going on. So this is actually, this here is really about this. And what do we say about this shit here? That it's this agitprop. Because it's a way to sit here and change policies by riding on the backs of these dark-skinned individuals. Because if they can get rights, well, why can't the gays get rights? Why can't the feminists get rights? Why can't the pedos get rights? The minor attracted persons. This is where it starts. So minor attracted persons now can have their revolution. Now they can be liberated. They can be freed from, oh, you got to be on this sex offender list, or you got to live here in certain parts, or you got to alert everybody in the neighborhood that you are now in their neighborhood. You live there now. So these fake revolutions lead into these, revolutions for these other groups. Because they're going to be like, okay, you accept trans, you accept gays, you accept these feminists. Why can't you accept these minor attracted persons? Some nasty shit going on in this propaganda, if you pay attention to it. And I see his role, Lakeith Stanfield's role in this movie. You gotta pay attention to how, you know, they'll show you that they do this with everybody. This is him right here, sitting here making a deal with this law enforcement agent right here. The Boondocks is a show, you know what I'm saying? Which is would also play a part in this Blagitprop a little bit. But they said a whopping 1 out of 12 niggas is an informant. So count 12 people one of them niggas is an informant. They report on you. There's the black director. So it must be progress for the black community that they have a black director and a black writer and a mostly black cast creating this agitprop movie. What else I got on my list, fam? I even got this movie because Daniel Kaluuya is in this, right? It wasn't this. Didn't this have some revolutionary shit in here too? This here. See these the Kaluuya and Lakeith be in these movies. They be in them. Ain't this a black director? This is the black director, right? Hold on, who? Let me make sure because it'll fall right into my pattern. Hold on, or the pattern, not my pattern, but the pattern which I'm seeing with these movies. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me not, just dive without looking. Let me make sure. Yeah, this Melina Matsukas. Ain't this is a black director, right? Black writer, right? Lena Waithe. And I guess that was her lover. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. That's her. She's the director of that movie. And then you had Lena Waithe. So she's a writer, right? She the one that wrote Queen and she wrote and produced Queen and Slim, The Shy. I know a lot of y'all niggas be watching that. They sat here and brought back Boomerang as a BET comedy series. I know it's some garbage. You know what I'm saying? Black writer, black director, all black cast. And I'm seeing that they make sure that they get these women that or men in these roles that are not only are they black, but they come with some intersectionality with their shit too. So that means what? They're usually black and gay, black and feminist, right? Oh, let me go back to Queen and Slim. Didn't that have some revolutionary stuff in there? I know he was in the movie dealing with some trans woman. He was in there, Bokeem Woodbine, star from the 90s. Right? This is just John right here, right? Yeah. Her right here. Born a Man. Her name Goddess in the film. That's interesting. That's very interesting. This Harriet Tubman film. Sitting here giving you, there's a black director, right? Black writers. Propaganda all day, agitprop. All day and night. And you think this is progress. It's going back to the theme of this shit. You think this is real progress for the so-called African American, Black, Negro, Moorish national, you know what I'm saying, African consciousness community, right? It's not about propaganda. Agitprop, Blagitprop. It's this right here. In a time where this is prevalent. This fake revolution that they got out here for you. The semblance, the simulacra of a revolution. A fake revolution, a staged revolution. A corporate sponsored revolution. A highly televised revolution. Revolutions ain't supposed to be televised like this. This is an act. This is kayfabe. This is, you know, a script. Just like this is a script. Just like, hold on. I got a list here. Because I remember watching a YouTube video. What's his name? Anthony Crowder. One of these Black African speakers that go out here in the community lecture circuit. And he said this movie Avatar was an agitprop. That was my first time actually knowing that word, this agitprop word. Because he said that this movie Avatar was an agitprop movie. Because it's that whole white savior thing, right? He betrayed his white soldiers, his white battalion or a squadron for some blue alien black like booty. Booty is more important than staying loyal to your army. Booty is more important than being human because he becomes one of the Avatar niggas by the end of the movie. Booty is more important than loyalty out here. And she couldn't settle for what she got. And she ain't settled with the Sute. She wanted the white boy. She always, she always in a movie. This is a little tangent. She's always, I swear, she's always in a movie where her boyfriend is a white boy, white guy. She probably got like one movie where it's one or two movies where she got a black boyfriend or a husband. Ashton Kutcher, Chris, what's his name? From the Guardians of the Galaxy. This movie, Avatar with the Sam Worthington dude. She never got a black spouse in her movies. But then people say, well, she's not actually black. She's actually from the Caribbean. It's like I ain't never see her with a black boy or no man her color. Even in this movie where her man is her color. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, go back. Hold on. This is fun for me. I'm hoping you're enjoying yourself too. Hold on, go back. Sute, you know what I'm saying? That was played by Laz Alonso. Because ain't he Spanish too? Ain't he where he at? Yeah, ain't he Latin American or Latina? Or not Latina, Latino? Alonso sounds Latino. And Zoe Saldana sounds Latino. But she ain't want Sute, she wanted him. She want the white guy. Now, I'm not mad that she's a swirler. That's not. Hey, if you want to swirl, swirl on. You know what I'm saying? Frozen yogurt swirls. You know what I mean? Go ahead and swirl. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at you. But you in this Blagitprop movie. That's the point. That's what this is the point of the live stream, is to talk about this stuff. You're giving yourselves these, giving or trying to give, us fake revolutions. And then y'all in this conscious thing, y'all sit here and follow behind it. Like you did with the Black Panther. When you went to the theater and all with your dashikis and your kente cloths. Because it's not just the movies, it's you coming into social media in the workplace and going out in public doing this stuff. You're not doing anything revolutionary. Even this move, or we're gonna switch over to a show. Even this show right here, which I'm saying, I'll give it like a B minus. It was, I liked it. Lovecraft Country. This movie with Jonathan Majors in it, and he hard headed. See, he hard headed. He learned from Kobe. Now we know the John that's accusing him of abuse and all that stuff she was dead wrong. She was lying. Is the evidence is too it's too substantial. You know what I'm saying? It's too substantial. We got video proof that he didn't do it. I wonder when they're supposed to be going to court for that. Oh, she's sexy. I would smash. Ooh, I would smash her. She's the sister of Jussie Smollett that was lying in Chicago. He was lying that he got uh attacked by some racists and stuff. This is his sister. She was in Eve's Bayou. You don't remember Eve's Bayou? Pineapple Teeth. You don't remember her? She's delicious. She's delicious. But as delicious as she looks, she's still part of this propaganda machine. Black director, Misha Green, right? Black director. Even in this show where, spoiler alert, nigga, this whole thing with magic. A lot of y'all dabble in magic. You like doing your little spells and your crystals, and you know what I'm saying, doing little witchy seances and stuff like that. That's you. So even in this is propaganda, because they sit here. I like her too. I like Ajanu. I like her. But I like One Me too. She was real thick in here. But she was trying to be a white woman in this show. But anyway, even in this show where you have this beef between black magicians and white magician, and they sit here and try to stomp out the white people's power and stuff like that. It's a revolution given to you by HBO, and y'all think this is the hot shit going, because they do some spell at the end of the show where it stops all white people from having powers, but they didn't tell you which white people. Because I told you before, that beef between Jews and waspy Anglo-Saxon Christian-based white people, they don't get along. And you'll see them, making these movies where it's, they're clashing. I keep seeing it in shows and movies. I'm like, well, what's their beef? Why are they beefing like that? Well, if you're fundamentally Christian and these people that make this shit is fundamentally Jewish, you don't have to sit here and be a practicing Jewish person or a practicing Christian, but you are based in that. You come from that. So that holy war from centuries, you know what I'm saying, is still going on. But that's it, man. I think I took this. I wanted to end this at 40 minutes. I went way too far. But yeah, man, this is what this stuff is dealing with. They're giving you your revolution. It's televised revolutionary consciousness. So be careful about trying to align yourself or attach yourself to these media figures or these media characters. Because again, if they have your revolution here mapped out in these movies, in these TV shows, and then you go out and try to do it, you're going to fail. They already mapped it out. They already know how you're going to move before you move. So whatever you're trying to do, you better make sure that what you're doing, if you're going to do it, you know what I'm saying, is it hasn't been anticipated already. So again, my name is Al Achad for the Wholography channel here on YouTube. You know, we gotta end it with an advertisement to get you on this Da'at or Keter. These tiers where we deal with this high level alchemy information. I already have my bro Jay Valentino let you know, dealing with that nuance from the day before. You know what I'm saying? Get involved. Deal with some actual alchemy, not someone saying alchemy. Someone who actually practices it and knows the philosophy, the theory and the practice of it. Come on over. And I want to give you a special announcement for people, especially if you haven't got the book already. Hardcover, blue label, holography, the whole writing of the arts and sciences as one educational discipline. Let me put it on the screen here. Hold on. Hardcover edition coming out. You know what I'm saying? Just need to look at, make sure, getting all the mistakes or any type of errors in it. Once we done with that, it's out. Because I know there were some people asking me about the hardcover because, it lasts longer and all this stuff. So I finally decided to do a hardcover edition. It's going to be all black. It's going to be the blue label. You know what I'm saying? Special blue label edition. So get that book from the website being scrolled down at the bottom of the screen, holographer.com/the book. You know what I'm saying? And patreon.com/holography for, any of these tiers you want to get involved in. You know what I'm saying? This is like school over here. It's the type of mystery school that they talk about in these occult circles. You know what I'm saying? But results driven. So again, it's Alakad, and pay attention to this Blagitprop out here. You better pay full attention to this stuff, and don't